Alright, got the strings loosened up. And here's the moment of truth. What is going on, family of YouTube? Today, well, first off, I've been wanting to set this guitar up. This is that Selmer guitar, gypsy jazz guitar, whatever. The action is very high on it, and the intonation was off if you watched that review video. And the action is just unbearable, man. Even the nut action is too high, and the string action down the neck here. So, we're not going to get into setting the thing up tonight, but I do want to tune it up to pitch. I think it's tuned a half step low. I want to tune it up to pitch, get all these measurements, and just see exactly what we have to do. There's some funk with this bridge back here, and I'll tell you about that along the way. And we'll decide how we're going to go about this. But I'll tell you what I learned, or I didn't learn, I already knew it. I've worked on these before, like, I don't know, I probably set 5 of them, 6 of them up over the years. And I just happened to remember something about this bridge. I just thought of it out of nowhere, and I thought, yeah, I want to check this guitar for that. And I want to bring you over here and show you. But first I want to tune it up and get all the measurements and think out what we got to do to get this guitar to play right and intonate right. So, come along for the journey. I'll come over there and get you. Hold on. Now the guitar is up to pitch now. And check this out. That's the 12th fret. That's very high all across every string. And maybe I can show you the nut action here. I haven't measured that yet. Or if I did, I can't remember what it was. But you can see, that's quite a lot of nut action. Now, let me tell you about this bridge. I just happened to remember this. You saw how high the action was, okay? I think the bridge is glued on. I'm pretty sure it is. I haven't tried. We're going to find out tonight. But my original thought was to lower the action, if it's glued on, to lower the action, just do it from up here, you know what I mean? And you can see the bridge is pointed on top. I think you can see that. Well, maybe if I got down here. Yeah, there, I think you can see it. Comes up to a pretty sharp edge there. But anyways, I was going to take material from here and flatten this a little bit. And then that would also leave it a little bit wider and leave me some room to intonate it, you know, file the breakaway angles so the strings leave the saddle at the right place to make the thing intonate right. And then I got to thinking, I think if I remember right, we're going to find this out tonight because I'm going to take the bridge off even if it is glued. And if I remember right, this section of the bridge on these Selmer guitars are hollowed out up underneath. This whole inside here is hollowed out, and they do that to get that unique sound that these guitars have. If it's hollowed out like I'm thinking I remember it being, I haven't worked on, like I said, I've worked on 5 or 6 of these, but it's been a lot of years and I can't remember too good, as you all know. Anyways, if it's hollowed out underneath and I go removing the top of it, you know, I'm just going to sand down to the hollowed part and there's going to be a big hole across here. So that's what we're going to find out tonight. So let's get some measurements and get on with it, Jock. Alright, she's up to pitch. We like to see on that nut action, it's got a 0 fret, by the way. That might be a problem. I thought about that, sanding that down, filing it down rather than sanding the nut down. Hadn't thought about that because that 0 fret's what sets the 1st fret action, not the nut. Anyways, we'd like to see at the 1st fret 16 to 18 thousandths. So I'm just going to take a 10 and an 8. That makes 18. Oh wow, it's not even close, man. Yeah, it's not 8. It's way more than 18. Just the 18 I had. Well, I'll just add this 7. That makes it 25. That is real close, man. This don't have to be exact because, yeah, I think that's what it is. It might be a tiny bit less than 25 thousandths of an inch, but that's way too much. Yeah, I can feel that and hear it. It's about 25 thousandths of an inch right there. So that's way too much. We already know that. Let's check the, see, I gotta file this first 0 fret down, not the nut. The 0 fret is what makes the first fret action. So I gotta file the 0 fret down to lower, I guess in this case it would be 0 fret action. Alright, check the neck relief, and like I see about 12 thousandths there, 10, well, I have a 12 right here. And now I don't have any idea how long the truss rod is in this guitar. I can look up in there and it's got a neck block there. I'm going to note it 16th fret, and boy, that's high action, wow. I'm going to note it to 16th fret, and down here to 7. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's more than. Now that one's catching it. These two is not raising that string. I'd like to see 12 thousandths here, and it's not 12 thousandths. So we're going to have to tighten the truss rod to get more neck relief into the thing. Now, string gauge, string height. We already know it's too high. Just want to see what it is. God damn it, I pick that thing up wrong every single time, man. It looks like it's 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8/64 on the low E string at the 12th fret. I gotta hold it over here at this light so I can see. Oh, you gotta be kidding, man. 11/64. Let me make sure I read this right. No, I did read it wrong. 8, 9, 10. Almost 11/64. Yeah, that's right. Wow. On the low E, 12th fret, and high E to 12th fret. That is so tiny numbers. 8, 9, 10, 64s. Either way, that is way, way, way too high, man. I ain't even going to check intonation, because with the strings that high, when you have to shove that string that far down to make a note, it's going to pull that string sharper, and it's not going to intonate right. You can probably hear it. Yeah, I can hear that. Hear how sharp that is? Too sharp. And these are new strings. Check that out. So we'll worry about the intonation later when we get the neck relief right, the nut action right, and the string action lower. Alright, let's tackle this bridge. I'm going to take the strings off, and I'll bring you back and we'll see if it's glued on there or not. John Jorgensen, I was watching a video of him showing his gear the other day, and he showed a guitar like this that he played, and you could see this middle part of the bridge right here. Oh, you can't see, can you? Sorry about that. I get carried away sometimes and can't think. This middle section of the bridge right here, you can see on his guitar, had been moved back. And you can see where there was no finish under the bridge. That's how I could see it was moved back, because there's a tiny little space there, and over here we could see there wasn't any finish. So I'm hoping they didn't glue this on there, and it's not glued to finish, if it is glued. Anyways, I'll get the strings off and bring it back, and we'll find out if it's glued or not, and we'll take it off if it is and see if it's hollowed out. I'm almost sure we're gonna find that it is. It should be loosened up. And here's the moment of truth. Strings are all just, they're just hanging on there. Whoa, wow, it's not glued down. And it is finished under the saddle. Looks like Now, I think that's just a mark. Yeah, I'll get you and bring you over here. Now, check it out, man. I was right. See where that's hollowed out? Come on, camera. Wow, camera is not going to work. See how it's hollowed out? I think you can see that. I can't see the camera for shit, but I believe. Yeah. This whole section here. So I was right. If I had started removing material from up here, I would have screwed up because, you know, we just made a big hole across there. So we got to take material from here and here to get this to set down lower. I just happened to remember that, man. They hollow those out like that from years before. Like I say, it's been so many years now since I worked on one of these, and that goes a certain way. Now, let me get the camera and bring you over here and show you what I'm talking about. If you look very closely, I'm going to show you this in a minute. If you look very closely, that pointed, sharp point across the very top of the saddle, or if you want to call it that, or bridge, it's got a twist to it. It twists. This side of it is closer to the back of the guitar when it's in place, closer to the tailpiece, and as you go across it twists, and this side is farther away from the tailpiece, and they did that to intonate it. They're all like that, these Selmer guitars. I'll get you and bring you over here and show you what I'm talking about. Now, if I can get this to show on the camera, as it goes across, this side of the bridge favors your right, and as it goes across, the other side over there favors the left. See how it's twisted? And that is to set intonation. I hope the camera's picking that up. I think it is. And then, like I say, if you turn it over, yeah, now you can really see it hollowed out. I can see the camera here. That's what I happen to remember today. So, as much as it's hollowed out, see, if I would start removing material up here to lower the action, I would have screwed up big time. I'd have had to make another bridge for it. I don't know if that's rosewood. You guys make a call on that. Is that rosewood or what is that? I don't think it's rosewood. Might be, I don't know if it's ebony or not. I'm not sure what it is. It's possible it's ebony. Put in the comments below if you know. Hold on. Like I say, this is just a magic marker mark. Someone marked on there, probably, you know, a general idea where the bridge would go. To get that, you'd have to measure from the inside, this side of the 0th fret to the 12th fret, and then double that, and that's where they marked it at, or should be. Yeah, I should have checked that. I can stick the bridge back on it and check it. It's close, but it's, yeah, maybe it's exact even. Can't really tell till we get the action down. There's no finish under the bridge. I hope they didn't glue these pieces onto the finish, but they're glued, definitely glued on. I'm not going to take them off to find out, but I was shocked to find no finish. Even if the bridge is not glued on there, you probably would get a little bit better sound if this bridge, if those bridge legs here and here set down on bare wood. I don't know if the human ear would detect it or not, but it would affect it, the tone and volume a little bit. Hold on. So I'm right, as I usually am when it comes to guitar related stuff. I'll show you this thing under that light maybe. Yeah, you can really see it now where it's hollowed out. I can see that in the camera really well, and pointed on the top. I don't know if you see that or not now. Very sharp point across the very top where the strings rests. But that's what I wanted to know, and we found that out. Next video on this guitar, we'll start taking the action down on it. I have to lay a piece of sandpaper on the guitar. Maybe I'll probably have to use the old Luther's trick with super glue and masking tape. Glue the sandpaper to the top of the guitar, and then just start giving it this number until we get it down and get our action. Actually, I'm going to have to put this back on. What was it, 11/64 and 10/64, whatever the action was, and cut that in half, or double it rather, and that's what we need to take off of this back here. We got to take however much double that is off to lower the action where we want it. So I got to figure out where I want the action to land, start sanding away until I take off that amount. Wow, it's been a long day, it's been hot. Cheers. Thanks for watching. I'll see you. And then I was going to say next video on this guitar we'll do that. Thanks for watching. Cheers.